The hailstorm came without warning. Sharp ice pelted down from the dark clouds as people rushed to find shelter. Cars stopped, store doors slammed shut, and in the middle of that chaos, a small girl stood alone near a bus stop, shivering, scared, and holding a torn backpack over her head. At the same moment, Daniel Carter, a single dad and CEO of a growing tech company, was driving home from a late meeting. He almost missed her in the storm until he saw her tiny silhouette trembling in the cold. His heart tightened. He slammed on the brakes, jumped out, and ran toward her. "Hey, sweetheart, are you okay?" he asked gently. The little girl didn't move. She was shaking too hard. Daniel took off his own coat, wrapped it around her shoulders, and lifted her into his arms. As he carried her to his truck, she whispered in her soft, breaking voice, "My mom, she used to tell me about you." Daniel paused. "About me? Do I know your mom?" The girl nodded slowly. She said, "If someday I was in real trouble, a man with kind eyes would help me." She said you helped her once a long time ago. As they drove to the nearest shelter, Daniel tried to remember. Then suddenly, he did. Years ago, on a snowy Christmas Eve, he had helped a stranded woman whose car had broken down. He had given her food, warm blankets, and a ride to the hospital because she was sick. He never saw her again until now. Through her daughter's eyes, inside the shelter, the girl warmed her hands by the heater while Daniel called emergency services and social workers. A nurse checked her injuries. The girl held Daniel's hand tightly, as if she already knew she was safe. "My mom said good people appear when you need them the most," she whispered. Daniel smiled gently. "Your mom was right, and you're very brave." When her relatives finally arrived, the little girl ran back to Daniel and hugged him, her small arms wrapping around his chest. "Thank you," she said with a warmth that could melt the storm outside. "You really came just like she said." Daniel watched her leave, feeling the weight of the moment. He had once saved a woman, without expecting anything in return. And now, years later, that kindness had found its way back to him, in the form of a little girl who believed in good people because her mother once met one. Moral: one simple act of kindness can travel farther than we ever imagine. It can return years later in unexpected ways and remind us that the world becomes warmer every time we choose to help someone. If you believe in kindness, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Peaceful Stories.